That comic podcast.
Hello. Welcome to That Comic Podcast. I'm your host, Menti, and with me, as always, are my wonderful sidekicks. First, Mr. Mashko. Welcome back.
Welcome.
Back. How are you, buddy?
I'm good. I'm kicking it. I'm well rested. I'm ready to roll. Let's do this thing.
Primetime Mashko. That's my favorite. And then there's P Features.
Hello, internets.
Buttery as always. And then Sir Lancelot.
Set.
Stop. Wait.
Set.
Huh?
Yeah. Cyclops sex.
Thank you. Jeez. Stick to the classic, buddy. What are we doing here? And Buzzsaw.
What's up, yo?
I will never get sick
Glad to be
of
back.
that.
I missed last week.
Yeah. I will never, ever get tired of you making that sound.
I should do it once where it runs out of gas. Like,
even better. I think that's what we need to work up to. We need to have our own series, a line of buzzsaws.
this is what happens
Just
when your
custom.
father raises you on the Muppets.
Yeah.
That's become a part of your life.
Oh, that threw me off completely. And then there's also Baby Huey. What's up, buddy?
What's going on?
Yeah, we got a stacked show because not only do we have the Fantastic Four dropping, so we obviously have to spend a decent chunk of time on that, but then also San Diego Comic-Con happened to pass over the weekend. So we
Nothing
have a
happened
lot
this weekend.
Yeah, Marvel wasn't there, so nothing worth talking about, right? There's no big stories or anything that's worth cramming into this show. So we have a whole lot of news from Marvel, from DC, and from a lot of other studios, and some pretty shocking things in there as well. Plus, we want to get to our book reviews. But before all that, we also want to go ahead and talk one last time about our beautiful friends and partners over at Magic Mind. Because, well, they have completely changed the way I now consume caffeine in the evenings. Because I want to say this again, I am not going to replace my coffee, but damn it, I will replace my evening coffee because I do appreciate how this makes going to bed after these damn shows tolerable. Because so much of this is me drinking a cup of coffee and slamming it back at 9 o'clock at night and then trying to go to bed. It's not as easy to do, but with these, with the Magic Mind shots, it's because it does give you such of a more of a calming effect. I don't find it affects me as much when I am trying to then wind down. So it's not like I have to then just go do the dishes or something just to keep myself busy until I'm tired enough to go to bed. So I do want to make sure that we spend a little bit of time talking about our favorite mushroom matcha shot. And remember, you go to magicmind.com/comicpod50 for 50% off your next order. And when you get it shipped, it will travel around the world, and you get to watch that as well. So it comes with a little entertaining series of emails. Right there, Lance?
Yeah.
All right, let's move into probably the biggest topic, even though we have so much to get through with San Diego Comic-Con. But let's talk about Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four.
I'm so happy somebody did that. That played in my head every time.
So good.
The whole time.
I just want to wear blue all the time.
It's true, yes, and really like comfortable blue. Like it really felt like little sweaters they had on.
Yeah.
All right, but let's round robin. Let's do the right thing for those that haven't got a chance to see it, which shame on you. But for those that haven't gotten a chance to see it, let's give our round robin spoiler free before we get into the nitty gritty of things. So first of all, did everyone get a chance to see it, or are we about to spoil this for somebody on the show?
Scene.
Good. All
Yep.
right, good.
Yeah, we're
Saw it.
Of course.
All right. Well, then let's start with the person I'm always the most intrigued by his answer, Mr. Mashko.
Average.
Wow.
Yes.
That's kind of where I figured that was going to go.
I'll dive into a lot of that in a nice little segment I'll pull off in a couple minutes. But
Okay. Ooh, we're getting a rant.
Uh-oh.
Average.
All right. What do you got for us, Buzz?
So, yeah, much like with Superman, how it's like a tribute to comics, I think Fantastic Four is Marvel's tribute to comics. You're getting the quote in the beginning from Kirby. You're getting the sneak scene with them drawing comics in the studio in New York. So that same like feel good was there that came from Superman. And they're both very, very old comic book properties. They've been around for a very long time. And in those time periods when they were invented, that's the kind of spirit they had. And I feel like it ties in to that same spirit that Kirby and Lee, created the whole thing with. And who doesn't love that?
Moscow. Sorry, it was too easy to just could dunk on him for a second. I was going with it.
I'll
All
block
right,
that shit.
all right, Lance. What'd you think?
It was refreshing. I thought that the pace of it, the tone of it, the self-containedness, it was nice. I really enjoyed it.
All right, sweet features.
It was fantastic as well as surprising. I love everything about it. It has one of the best things it has going for it is that the predecessors to this Fantastic Four movie suck in comparison. And
Well, yeah,
this
I mean, that's not a high bar though. But
I know, but this is exponentially better.
They got
Yes.
it right finally.
yes,
Please.
and I agree that it's fantastic, but I disagree. I don't think it's surprising.
Mm.
All right,
Average.
Baby Huey.
I enjoyed it.
Ooh, ooh,
Uh-oh.
that pause said a lot.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. That's
All right, fine. That's it, ladies and gentlemen.
wanna-
Your
I don't wanna-
spoiler-free review is finished. It's now time to get into the nitty-gritty. You have been warned from this point forward. If you haven't seen the movie and you hear something you're not happy about, it's kind of on you at this point. All right, let's get into what the hell are you talking about? Like, I agree it's not the best Marvel movie ever made. I agree it's not like a top 5, top 10 even. But it is the upper echelon of Marvel, and it is one of the most exciting movies that has come out. And I agree with everything that Buzz said, is that it is a celebration of comics. It does very much feel like a comic book movie. And what I think more interesting about this than what Superman tried to accomplish, which was just more generic comic book, this was very specific sci-fi Fantastic Four books. Like the I don't know about you guys, but I thought the pinnacle of the movie was the space sequence. I think
Yeah.
the movie lived and died on that sequence.
Let me ask you a question about that part. As the and it's just something I felt as I was watching it, is the rocket goes up and I'm like, America, this is great. Like, I really did. Like it, I felt it just felt good.
I'm
Like-
happy you had a sense of pride and patriotism in that
It's a
moment.
spiritual experience.
I
there.
guess we all have experienced things differently. That's what we've learned today on that comic podcast. That we all have unique experiences with the first family of Marvel. So yes, I agree, Mashko, that it is not the most special movie. I think Superman.
Keep
is-
in mind, when I say average is not bad by
No,
any
right.
means.
but I think Thunderbolts was a more surprising and fun movie.
I enjoyed that way.
And
more
that's
than the best.
because, again, I was surprised. And I think that's a big key element, going back to what Features was saying, and why Superman was such a big deal, because it was surprising. Like, I wasn't expecting the tone. I wasn't expecting it to work. I wasn't expecting so much of that movie, where for the most part, even though we were dramatically wrong with how it was going to end, besides that, we were all pretty spot on with what this movie was going to be. So I didn't really find it to be all of that, eyebrow raising, as much as I was like, oh, that's a cool scene. Oh, that was a cool moment. It wasn't like this monumental moment that Superman felt like. It was like, they finally got it right. Weight off the shoulders. Kudos. Can't wait to see them with the rest of the ensemble cast. But it didn't have the kind of gravitational pull that Superman did.
Yeah.
yeah, and I think that's why, like I said, I enjoyed it. It was good to me. Nothing really wowed me. It's kind of what we expected. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do like the nod to Kirby with the Earth number. It was 8/28.
Yeah, that was cool.
That's his birth date.
But the best nod, I mean, come on now. There was one nod in there that I thought was just a class act when Timely Comics shows up for
Yes.
the quick second, and you see Stan and Kirby in the window
there,
looking
yeah.
out.
Looking.
That was such a cool.
That was the heartful moment
Yeah.
for me to see
Absolutely.
that. You know what I mean? You got to pay a tribute to these guys. You don't even have any of it. Like anything you're a fan of today, you don't have any of it without a group of people like Lee and Kirby.
Yes.
Yeah.
Could be 3 people, could be 1 person. You don't have anything that you like without the creator. And it's a huge thing. You know what I mean? And it's good to finally see that come to fruition for them.
And you know what?
Getting the street named after him and stuff in New York before the premiere. Like, you've been making money off this guy's back for how many decades now on everything? And you couldn't give him a spotlight until now? So this was what this was for. It was
The
for
Kirby
Kirby.
moment. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. I completely agree. And I also, and the other side of the coin, who got a lot more notoriety than the other. But I also liked having a Stan cameo again. It was nice to go, oh!
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Dan's the guy. Yeah, it's awesome.
You know, like that. Well, it's also it's a weird. You didn't think you'd miss it as much as you kind of did when the Stan cameos stopped, because they were a moment that you kind of looked forward to. And then all of a sudden they just kind of lost this one it's a tiny touch, but it's an element that was very noticeable once it wasn't there. So the fact that this had it in it, even in a completely different and unique fashion, I loved that they pulled it off. Even like when Deadpool and Wolverine did it with the side of the bus, or when I think it was Spider-Verse did it with the magazine cover.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't do that, then you take away the whole idea of why anybody even knows about comics. Stan went around to universities in the '60s and told people to subscribe. That's how we got the hand-me-down to even read them.
That's what we should do.
College campus tour.
A lot of rappers doing it.
All right, I want to rattle off some things that I thought were incredible, and then I want to. Well, actually, you know what? I want to do my big complaint first because I am going to just gush over this movie for the most part, but I do have one very obnoxious complaint, and that's Reed. Really? I loved Pedro. Don't get me wrong. I thought Pedro was great as Reed, but I hate the way they handled his powers. I could not believe that they were stretching him in such a minute fashion as though that would affect Mr. Fantastic. In the previous movie, we see this dude wrap completely around and pulled up a Ferris wheel because he is stretched to some crazy limit. We also see him flatten out in the first Fantastic Four movie into a giant cloth that covers somebody. The uniqueness of Reed's powers and the way that he's able to transform his body into such interesting things was so lost on this movie that he just kind of felt like the brains and nothing else. Like, he stretched from time to time, but for the most part, it played no role in effect. And even when it was a huge climactic moment, for the most part, he was just so depowered. I mean, hell, what was it, Blood Hunt? When he used his body to create a tunnel structure through the city so people could move from building to building safely?
Yep.
Like, what are we talking about here? He stretched him out like a tiny little rubber band, and he's like, no! And I'm like, you should be able to do like 100 times this.
Waiting for him to let go of one side and just see him go flying.
I was waiting for
been way more
That would have
effective.
been really funny. That would have made up for that moment. That would have made up for that moment. But as much as I did like Reed, and I think Pedro did a great job of the complexity of the internal torment, we'll say, of Reed taking it all on his shoulders. I think he did a really good job of that. I think the dynamic of the entire family was incredible. I think they did a really good job of feeling like a close-knit family. But there was so much in the movie, and obviously so much cut out, that it is a very paint-by-numbers story, where it relies on very individualistic moments of connection between characters to do all the heavy lifting for the entire movie. So it'll be a scene with, Ben and Reed on a balcony, and they're like, I know this is tough on you, buddy, because of all these wonderful things that I know about you. And it's like, oh, that's their dynamic. Cool. Thanks for painting that picture. And then they do it to the next person. And it's just a lot of the, like, for example, I thought the Shah LaBeouf, who I believe was incredible. I think her Silver Surfer was awesome and had some of the best moments.
Yeah.
I think that whole scene with Johnny figuring out the language and then broadcasting it was so rushed and like hard for me to kind of, it just felt like they needed to get her on the good guys team, and they just kind of rushed through that scene as fast as they possibly could, where they could have given him another 20 minutes of showing him really figuring this out, because it felt like he just cracked the code of an ancient secret language. Like, he's lickety split. I'm not saying Johnny's not smart. I mean, I do think that they've downplayed Johnny over the years, but I mean, this is Reed levels of quickness.
He'd been going over the recordings for a while, though, right?
Yeah, well, and then he also heard some of the old recordings and was able to piece it together once he found a word, and they did explain it, but again, that's how a lot of the movie felt, was just kind of offhanded explanations to go, so this is a thing, just accept it, move on. And some of it worked very well, but some of it just felt like I thought an individual moment was doing a lot of the emotional heavy lifting for the dynamic between several characters. Not that that's bad.
What did you think of Johnny? Because you and I had gone back and forth a few times with
Johnny was great.
He was the best one in the whole movie.
Yeah,
since they took away his, womanizing type.
And it was still there.
It was still
Not
there.
even really.
It was
Right.
still there.
Sexy
which is-
surfer.
yeah.
Come on.
He just is, and I think Minty said this before, he's more like Michelangelo, which was just fine.
Well, and there was more people swooning for him than him being a womanizer.
Right, which was my whole argument to you, was like, it's still going to be there without actually being front and center. They're just going to.
Yeah. Well, but it also wasn't a plot point or a character arc of him at all. They did leave it there to a degree with Johnny and Shalabal, and which I kind of like the way that they play those two off of each other. But I didn't get that sense, and nor do I believe that is a character trait that he needs to overcome and in any way, which was the original point of why I think that's an interesting element to leave with Johnny, regardless on if you're trying to be PC about it now. Going back to Sokka in the Avatar: The Last Airbender, that is a huge growth point of his character and something that he learns through the course of the show, that taking it out kind of makes him two-dimensional. So I'm not saying that about Johnny, but I am saying that taking away character flaws because you're trying to appease the audience, even though that's the thing they're supposed to learn from, is kind of self-defeating.
I feel
One
like
of the things.
I was gonna say, I feel like when they put this movie together, it was all like casting and art direction, and then it was like, oh yeah, we got to write it too.
Yeah.
Get the big villain guy, the purple dude everybody wants to see.
Oh, listen.
Hold on. Before we do that, Lance, go ahead, bud.
One of the things that I absolutely loved was that Silver Surfer was actually surfing, like
Yes.
moving with the waves and stuff. That
The board's not part of her.
right.
Well, and she was somewhat terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They did a good job of her being a somewhat scary character when she was chasing them, and they were trying their best to kind of dodge her, but she was just going through everyone. But can we just all say that
Her reaching for the baby was really scary.
Oh yeah.
But Galactus stole the show.
Yes.
In every
Yeah.
single moment he was in. No, Moshko, you didn't like Galactus? Get out of here.
What?
Hold on. Everybody freeze for a second. Go ahead. You got the floor, buddy.
Not threatening enough.
Too
This
friendly.
whole movie wasn't threatening.
Too friendly.
Yeah, you almost saw him devour one planet, right?
Like the
No,
Death
you
Star
saw him
was
devour
threatening.
devoured planet.
You saw his planet die in
Like
his
when
hand.
you would see the Death Star coming, like you know,
Yeah.
there's a lot of fear there. Like when the big giant light, it's like Unicron coming at you. Like it just doesn't seem like anything.
Unicron is scary.
What?
I didn't feel that at all.
So,
I thought
let me-
he not only did he sound incredible, not only was he really intimidating and I thought was
And not a cloud.
Yes.
that's
not a cloud.
that's a major win.
That's a win.
Regardless, that's a win. Now, if only Parallax would learn. Anyway, the emotional heartbeat of this movie, I think, was something that people were angry about at first, but after watching it, I don't think you can be upset about, is Sue.
Yes.
I thought she was terrible.
Did you really?
Why?
Wow.
I thought she was great.
Yeah, so did I.
I
Yeah.
didn't feel like there was any emotion coming out of her or Reed the entire movie. Nothing.
Yeah, I didn't get that in the
Like
least.
this goes back to a conversation had many months and probably year. Like Maurer was right. Like,
Oh, wow.
it was bad casting for both of them.
Yeah, I didn't catch that for either of them. I thought they both did an outstanding job. I didn't have a problem with either of the performances, so much so that I do think that Sue steals the show by the end. And I do think that final moment with her and Galactus hits like a hammer.
Yeah.
And I think she does a great job, because how silly she must have looked on set. Just screaming. But she did a great job. She killed it. I mean, it killed her. Yeah, she killed it.
Which, to your point about her having these moments, like she had enough moments in this film that really did make her stand out. And the thing that people probably would have been upset about, like you were saying before, Mincy, it didn't harp on it strongly enough for I think it to deter you from liking the film itself.
Well, they were upset because Reed wasn't the center of the story. Remember, the original story that pissed everybody off was that Sue was going to be the central character and the central focus of the story, and a lot of people were like, "Well, that's ridiculous. Reed Richards is the leader of the Fantastic Four. That's who." I was like, "Well, yeah, well, we all got 3 movies of that. It's okay. It's okay." And honestly, for those of us who have been, who read Fantastic Four from time to time, let's just be honest, from time to time, Sue is wildly powerful.
Yeah,
Arguably
Sue
the
is
most
least-
powerful.
and Sue is currently the leader right now on the Fantastic Four in the comics.
Like, for example, when people were some people were saying that it's ridiculous that she was powerful enough to push Galactus through a portal, to which I would say she was making force fields that was stopping Celestials.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
this is a walk in the park. And again, to be fair, it killed her.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Yeah. She
She didn't
dead.
live through the experience. And so I do think that they're probably going to MacGuffin Franklin. I think Franklin will be, instead of Franklin as we know him, he'll be a reality warper, but he will also be, I think, the Lifebringer. I think they'll merge the idea of the Lifebringer Galactus into Franklin for this next kind of... I think he'll probably play Molecule Man. He'll probably be the Owen Reese character, so to speak.
Franklin?
Of that's holding the world together.
I
Because who else could you? I mean, I guess you could say it's. I guess it's weird to put a baby at the center of the world.
well, I mean,
The baby's four. The baby's four now.
It's
You know,
just
at the
a
end.
baby.
but I mean,
He could be a
Franklin
grown
does
man at
age
any
himself up, right?
Yes.
That's true. That's
Yes.
true. He could. He could get real Jesus real quick. Hey, if you've never seen him, he is.
Yeah.
That man. That man died for your sins.
And Zombie Sue Storm.
Okay. So what would we say? I'm gonna give it an A-. I think that's what it deserves.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, A
That is
minus.
fair.
I mean, I love that it was self-contained. Like, you didn't need to see anything before. You don't need to see anything after. You don't need... Well, there was a tie-in. It was pretty good for the comic, but...
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
I like that you brought that up. That was a fun moment. I felt like I got a cheat code a little bit. Like I
Right.
knew a little extra bit to the story because of the whole Mole Man sequence that they kind of gloss over is the First Steps comic book.
Yep.
So you get that full story about how they have a relationship and how Sue is the one who kind of barters a deal with the underworld that they then rely on in this movie, which was really nice. That
Had there
tie-in.
not been a callback to him later in the film, like I would have been so angry because
Yeah.
was it
Just kind of throw away and
Hauser
said-
Yeah.
he's freaking great. He needs to be.
Yeah.
He's in more things coming up, but
PWH all day,
yeah,
every day.
he's a champion.
That
I don't
was
see
cool.
them getting rid of him. I see the Mole Man coming back around, but he won't be any kind of major villain. Although I guess it's really impossible to say how a sequel for the Fantastic Four is going to even look.
Yeah.
New universe.
Different.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I mean, look, incursions have to happen. Planets have to die. Something tells me their planet's gone. Something
Yeah,
tells me
I-
their Earth isn't making it. I think they're
I
gonna
really thought
probably-
it was going to die at the end of that movie.
Well,
Yeah.
let's talk about that since I've been
Okay.
saying that for years, and I am obviously very wrong. So the planet didn't blow up at the end of the movie.
Right.
Right.
No incursions were mentioned. They did defeat Galactus, but that didn't then lead to an incursion happening like I thought. So
We didn't get an explanation for the 3-finned and the 4-finned ships in the difference.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true, but it doesn't really matter because it's not the same ship, and there's going to be a time jump in between. So theoretically, they could have built a new ship. I mean, there's.
So we're going to
You
get
could-
another Fantastic Four.
Yeah, I don't
Cast?
think that's the case. I think you might see in Secret Wars. I think you might see the other actor who played Reed, but I think that's probably
Ooh,
as far as.
speaking
it'll
of the other actors, the nod they gave them at the original unreleased Fantastic Four movie.
Oh yeah.
go. Yeah, that was cool.
They were all in the opening when everyone's like, "Thank you, Fantastic Four."
Yeah.
The original cast was in there.
And I did like the little homage to Action Comics #1 with Ben lifting the bug.
Yep.
Yep. I mean, there were a lot of great scenes that
They
felt like
cut
they
John
took a-
Malkovich.
Yes,
They
they
did.
did.
Yeah,
That was upsetting.
They
But
did.
he probably cost a lot, and taking him out and just mentioning him was
Still,
probably.
Well, they
still
still had
paid
to
him.
pay him.
Yeah, they still
Well, yeah.
paid him,
Still,
yeah.
he was still paid for what he filmed.
No, apparently it was just all for pacing purposes. I think this movie could have used a little bit more, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
There was a lot
I think-
cut for sure.
But the original runtime was supposed to be 2 hours and 20 minutes, I think. So they cut almost 25 minutes out of that movie.
We want the Shackman cut.
Yeah.
Well, I think didn't Kevin Feige didn't he say
Feige.
didn't he say that they're not going to be releasing any kind of ultimate cut of this?
No deleted scenes, nothing, right?
I was gonna say that last second end credit scene didn't it? I felt like it was gonna like tie into
Oh.
the Thunderbolts one.
Yeah, go home.
Go
Go home. Anybody
yeah.
who's listening who hasn't
Yeah.
seen it yet and you got this far through the spoilers, like you obviously don't care. Go home. You're watching an ad for a cartoon that you'll never watch.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's never going to come out. It's something you'll never see, and Herbie then turns off the TV. Sorry.
What a waste.
It wasn't like the first post credit scene was great.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Super
thought
dope.
Franklin reaching out for the scarred face of Doom, or at least we hope is the scarred face, but they could play some stuff like healing his face. That might be a way that we keep him looking like Robert Downey Jr., but still give him the scarred
Or maybe
origin.
it was Loki.
I think it's Loki
I don't
too.
know.
Female
You think-
Loki,
Nah, it's
Sylvie.
not Loki.
Nah.
You think that's Sylvie?
Yep.
Interesting.
I'm
Holding a
100%
metal
with
mask?
you.
100%.
Yeah. I'm
Holding Doom's
all in
mask?
that.
She didn't have the freaking mask.
No, it was just
Yeah.
you just saw the cloak.
Mask.
She's holding
Mask
his
was
mask.
She's holding the
I
mask.
know.
She's literally holding
Again, this
the
is
mask.
why I hate the movie.
Why are we saying
Why are we saying
she?
she?
We don't know it's her. Robert Downey
That-
Jr. was holding that damn mask. I'm not believing this sacrilege.
RDJ.
Yeah, is absolutely. we went through a lot with that man. We're gonna let him go through his villain era.
Right.
Which it's funny now that everyone watched Fantastic Four. Now people are saying now if you go back and rewatch the ending for Thunderbolts: New Avengers, the Avengers Tower scene at the end, they just redressed the Fantastic Four stage because they're watching the Fantastic Four ship come in. They're
Yeah.
sitting in that bowl that Ben was sitting in watching TV.
Oh, that's so funny.
So they just
So
the
they're
Russos
in
just
the-
redressed that too. Yeah.
Or that's just in this universe how they're using the Baxter Building.
Yeah.
That just could be how, because again, there's obviously the story has to have some aspect of there being no Fantastic Four. So let's just say that Doom goes and steals Franklin for whatever major reason that he needs to stop an incursion or whatever. If you were going to take Franklin somewhere, wouldn't you take him to the world with no Fantastic Four?
Yes.
Probably.
So I
Yeah.
think that's why you would see. So maybe the rumors of that ship you saw at the end of Thunderbolts was Doom. That's a possibility. You can make that argument.
Absolutely.
But it was Doom. It was not Loki. It was not Sylvie. I'm not
Just
hearing
hoping,
that.
you know.
You can hope.
Yeah.
You can hope, and I hope you're wrong. I will hope against your hope. All right.
Shapeshift.
So in general, A- across the board, except for Moshko, who's probably giving it a
Big
B.
fat C.
C.
Wow.
Not even C
C
plus.
plus.
I
C
was
plus.
saying-
Yeah, there you go.
I was saying high B plus, low A.
Wow.
So
I would give it an A.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think A- is fair. I think A- is fair. I think I'm being overly harsh on it because I'm being meaner on it than I was on Superman. But again,
Yeah.
Superman had a very different feeling. But can we also just be happy with the fact that this year, take Thunderbolts aside because it doesn't technically count, but these two movies have shown that audiences not only aren't fatigued from comic book movies, but actually enjoy more comic booky movies.
yeah,
Yeah, it's like they said about it's not fatigue. It's fatigue from lackluster. Or
Yes.
something like that. Yeah.
That's what
Bad
James
writing.
Hard
Gunn-
of crap.
That's what James Gunn said. Yeah.
Bad writing.
Yeah, that's and what I also loved. I mean, I saw Paul post this. A lot of people posted this, but the idea that the 2025 superhero movies are all about, you're not alone.
Yeah.
Be kind and love your family. And it's like,
Yeah.
what? Wow, the Ted Lasso effect, man. Good,
Right?
you know,
Exactly.
I want more of that.
Hey, they've been causing traffic, and it's been kind
That
of
explains
annoying.
my feeling towards all these movies then. 'Cause I want way less of that.
Yeah, you don't like when things are happy. I get it.
when they're shooting.
F1 was a happy movie.
when they're,
gonna
when they're
die on
shooting
that
Ted
hill this
Lasso,
year.
they block off like 4 blocks, and it's annoying.
That's fair. They need their space because they need to contain all that joy. It's not as easy to do. You need a wide berth. You know what I mean? All right. So let's. I wanted to spend just 2 seconds on something that Moshko showed us real fast right before the show. But since we got a chance to talk or watch it, I do want to just say how awesome the set footage from the Punisher special presentation was. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm so excited for what Marvel plans on doing with the Punisher and the fact that they are not pulling punches with him whatsoever.
There was another one I didn't send the link to you, but it's of like apartment buildings and people just like throwing stuff off the
Oh,
building.
yeah, I've
and,
seen that.
Probably like 10, 20 floors.
This actually
Might be
just
a
made me
person.
think of something. You know how James Gunn was making a whole big deal about how we don't have a particular tone or style, that things are going to be able to be their own style to each individual project?
Mhm.
Marvel's now doing the same thing and just not saying it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
That's what WandaVision was.
Yeah, but even more so right now.
No, I know. Like, it's intentional now.
Well, because specifically the Punisher. Because you have the Punisher, who we've already seen how crazy he was in Daredevil. Now
Right.
you know they're going to up the ante in a Punisher solo show. To then put him in Spider-Man at PG-13?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I don't.
Well, I do, and they're
You
going to
could
do the
still
same
do
with
a
Superman.
lot with PG-13. So
Well, and
it's
Superman's about to get. I mean, Superman is going to get Guy Gardner, as is the Lantern Show, and apparently the amount of f-bombs dropped in the Lantern Show has
Yeah.
wowed Nathan Fillion, and
Which
has
is
set a
impressive.
record in his own catalog.
Yeah,
Yeah.
know, it is a thing I think where the Marvel is finally realizing through all the misses that they have to do these characters justice. They have to elicit the same feeling as if you're reading that book, that character out of that book. The movie has to be the same. Like, if we got that Punisher and he didn't feel like Frank Castle and he was just a nice guy, just holding a water gun, we'd look at them crazy. Like, why would you force feed us this crap?
Well, that was the Archie book, right?
Well, yeah. But to that point, we need these characters to be what they're supposed to be. And again, shout out to Ross Marquand when he said, when you put this IP in the hands of the nerds who respect it and love it for what it is, we're going to get exactly what we want, and it's going to be awesome. And I think that's what's happening now.
Plus, just to piggyback off that for a second,
Mm-hmm.
why would you not make the property for the people who will give you the most money for it?
Right.
That,
It only took you.
that's
25
always
years.
been the argument.
Right. Like,
right.
I'm wearing the hat. Look at all the crap behind me. Like, I'm giving you my hard-earned money. Why are you neglecting me in the decision-making process?
the amount of merch, the fantastic, the amount of
Fast
Fast and Furious merch that I have in this place is pretty incredible.
I love it.
And you know what?
You got
They
the
love
little
you.
one and the big one.
They haven't changed. If
I'm
anything,
on
they've
5. I
doubled
started
down.
watching a couple days ago. I'm watching one every day.
Oh no.
Nice.
I had to rewatch that.
Oh no. All right. Well, let's get into what I think is probably going to be the most convoluted part of our show, and let's try and recap San Diego Comic-Con. Boy, oh boy, did a lot happen. So we're going to try and do this in a way where we can give you the most news humanly possible. So I need you to listen, put your listening ears on, because we are going to rattle through first all of the Marvel announcements. We're going to rattle through the DC announcements, and then we're going to rattle all through a lot of the other interesting announcements and kind of a last little hoorah. And then in between, we'll go ahead and talk about each of them. So that way we can at least give you all the information, but we don't have to waste everybody's precious time with us going on a 20-minute diatribe on Kevin Smith and Jay and Silent Bob in the Marvel Universe, which is how we're going to start this.
Hell yeah.
You have to.
All right, so let's start off right now with the Marvel announcements. And most of the Marvel announcements were books, specifically because Marvel Studios did not show up to San Diego Comic-Con this year. And for everybody who's like, is this a shift in their plans? No. Last year it was Doctor Doom. Let's stop acting like they need to be there every year. So it's fine. It's no big deal. But here we go. I'm going to rattle through the announcements. Hold your applause till the end, and then we'll go through and talk about what everybody's excited about. So number 1, Kevin Smith is writing a Jay and Silent Bob. Oh, I want to say it. I guess I can. I guess, yeah. Jay and Silent Bob, fuck the Marvel Universe comic book, which is going to be amazing. I mean, how is that not incredible? I mean, they blur it out, but what other word could it be?
It's
Right.
that
Funds,
way.
funds
that
the Marvel Universe. Like, what are you doing? Fudges them?
PG-13, it freaks.
Freaks them. Freaks Jay and Silent Bob freaks
freak
the
the
Marvel
Marvel
Universe. I already said it. What difference does it make? All right. Now, the saddest bit of news, unless you're Lance, is Ultimate Spider-Man is going to be ending at number 24. No. Which is
Nice.
just an
That answered my question.
awful. But we are also getting Ultimate Endgame, which is going to be a 5-issue crossover that's going to happen in December. That is going to be kind of the culmination of everything with the Maker coming back. And I love the poster. It's cover that they did for this is so cool. So we have that to look forward to. But then also at the same time with Jonathan Hickman's with Jonathan Hickman's Imperial going on right now, the one book I did not pick up. I'm very annoyed at myself. But turns out that is the launch of a new Cosmic Order line of stories that are going to be coming. So it's the idea is that Jonathan Hickman, very similar to Gods and how he reshaped the cosmic beings of the Marvel Universe. Now he's going to do the same to the cosmic landscape. So we're going to get new stories like Planet She-Hulk, Nova Centurion. That sounds
Interesting.
Yeah, that sounds pretty cool. And then obviously Imperial is going to continue, and that's going to be kind of the main focus of a lot of the books. And then lastly for Marvel is we are going to get another Xenomorph Alien crossover, but this one's going to be my guy, Steve Rogers. Alien vs. Captain America, I think, is a great one because he is not as prepared for a fight like that.
Yeah.
You know, it's like when Spider-Man did the crossover with Predator, great book, but then at the end you realize that Predator is no match for Spider-Man. Like he takes out 6 of them like nothing. It's just like the whole issue of just him taking out just a swath of them. Captain America taking on Xenomorphs. I'm very interested to see how the blood's going to interact with the shield.
Yeah.
How does that work?
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, I love this. I love. I like going into this nitty gritty with each of the characters.
I love this cover.
Oh,
God.
no,
That's
take that down.
Great
Oh,
cover.
no.
That's
Dude,
such
so
a good
excited.
cover.
The dichotomy on that is wrong.
Let's go ahead and especially the tip of the star. All right, let's.
God.
All right,
I'll take it down.
it's all right. You can take it down.
It's down.
Let's real quick round robin. What's something from the Marvel announcement that you're excited by? Let's start with Buzz.
Yeah, I think that Alien Captain America is most intriguing. I mean, I didn't see that coming, so when I was looking at that, I'm like, I need to know how they're going to put that together, how they're going to write that.
So with you, so 100% with you. All right, Lance.
I'm excited for the Imperial stuff. I like the story. Hopefully, this breaking it up will make the main one less convoluted. So,
As long as if it's Hickman, Spider-Man, and less Hickman Gods, and I like Hickman Gods. Don't get me wrong, but then it's just very.
It's all over the place.
It's not even that. It's just a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot
just
to take.
that's what it is. It's a lot.
All right, Moshko.
I'm sad, but I'm happy to see. Or I should let me rephrase this. I'm sad, but I'm going to be excited to see how Ultimate Spider-Man ends, as well as the entire Ultimate Universe there.
Mm-hmm.
Here's my belief. My belief is that Ultimate Spider-Man and Endgame end everything, but Marvel is not dumb, and they are not going to kill a cash cow just at the last minute. So we will get instead of a Spider-Man book, we will get an Ultimate Venom book.
Can't stop, won't stop.
All right. So we could have Spider-Man join the Ultimate Avengers or something along those lines, and then the continuation of Spider-Man's story is through his son as the Ultimate Venom.
Has that ever worked though in the history of comics?
Yeah, like the Ultimate
after.
Universe.
I mean,
like the first time.
but
they
does
did
it though? Did it?
Did it? Yeah, it could save them from going bankrupt. So a little bit. Yeah, a little bit it did. It's the only reason we're talking about Marvel now. All right, what did you think there, Baby Huey?
I'm the same with Moshko. I'm very excited for Endgame to see how that ties up the Maker story, and I'm excited to see what moves forward with the Ultimate Universe.
Yeah, I mean the Ultimate Universe is really the most important thing. I mean, there was a bunch of stuff about the ending of the One World Under Doom, which has been okay.
Yeah,
we didn't get a lot on the X-Men stuff, so a lot of this is going to be what's after this X-Men era of books that are coming out now. All right, let's switch gears and let's move on over to DC. All right, P Features.
All right, so DC looks like they're going to be catching up with Marvel, and this is their year to do it. So they announced a few trailers. We got Peacemaker, that's coming for season 2.
So good.
And we've mentioned this before in previous shows, but now we finally got the trailer for Aztec Batman.
Yes.
Absolute Wonder Woman has won Best New Series this year in the Eisner, which is like the Oscars for comics. Absolute Catwoman was officially unveiled. And DC Comics, they announced another Absolute book that I think is super interesting, which is Green Arrow.
Come on, man.
Okay.
Who's writing this?
Come on, man.
Okay.
Who's writing it?
Get it.
This is a name
like
that
the
popped
art.
up in our chat this week that we're like, what in the world is this guy's name?
he's got the best name in the world.
Dan.
You see it once, you're going to see it all the time
His name's
now.
Pornsack.
His name is
Oh yeah.
Old
That's
Pornsack.
right.
Is that
What
who's
do we
writing
call
it?
him for short?
We're not going to go there.
Scrotes.
But,
Jesus.
but most recently, he's the one behind Exquisite Corpse #3, I think.
Oh.
I think that was the latest one.
I cannot wait.
Did a little research on him because I had to know where this guy came from. I guess he's an editor with Image as well as writer. So pretty cool.
And one more announcement is the one of Absolute Evil #1, which is said to change the framework of the Absolute Universe. Which, if you've been catching or keeping up with that, that's been exciting from Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman. All of the titles.
Ooh,
really.
is that the bizarre? Is that the scary ass Bizarro? Not Bizarro. Brainiac.
Yup.
In the front there.
Yep. I think
Looks
so.
like Cell.
Oh my lord! This
It
is
looks
terrifying.
Crazy.
Looks just like Cell.
This this looks awesome.
Yeah, yeah. But of all these things that DC has going, like which, like, I mean, obviously, how many of us have seen the Peacemaker trailer?
Peacemaker trailer is
Yes.
so good.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
I mean,
different
that's what I'm
vibe.
looking forward to the most.
Yeah.
Really, like more than like. Well,
Well, out of everything on that list, yes.
Yeah.
I think
I mean,
it's-
Yeah.
Aztec Batman.
With all
that
the-
looks glorious.
With all the absolutes, I mean, I'll read the first 1 or 2 issues. So I'll check out Catwoman. I'll check out Green Arrow. We'll see how that goes. But Peacemaker's the
it's the
The one.
investment in the DCU.
Yeah.
It's really, I mean, I'm not saying Batman, Aztec Batman doesn't look great, but I'm really now intrigued on the world building of how DC plans to tackle and catch up. So the idea of taking the characters of Superman into an R-rated property and still keeping the tones the same, I'm very intrigued on how he's going to pull this off because he's already proven he can go the opposite direction. So it's going to be fun to watch now the reverse happen with some characters that were kind of made for general audiences to now a very specialized audience.
Yeah, I was going to say, too, you can tell that Gunn is more excited to get back into Peacemaker 2 than he was to do Superman.
Yeah.
It's like he had a festival called Peace Fest at San Diego.
Did he really?
Yeah, dude, it was like a concert.
Well, he got a standing ovation for Superman. Did you see that?
I did.
Yeah, that was during their panel. He got it was really fun watching his face light up because obviously that was who the movie was for. So the fact that it was a slow standing ovation too. It wasn't like they were just like, it's Superman and everyone just immediately stood up. No, they just said, what about Superman? And then the clap.
they hit with the slow clap
There
first?
was just a couple people that it got bigger and bigger and bigger, and then all of a sudden everyone started standing, and it was just a nice moment.
you know, it's well deserved.
It is. He's been in the business for a very long time. He's been in the independent world for a very long time. I'm sure his personal life has struggled to make films. To see him hit this level of success is awesome as a creator.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
August 21st, first episode.
I think it's pretty
Excellent.
awesome that Wonder Woman won an Eisner. I think
very cool.
well, you can argue the flatness of the art, which we have on this show, and that has taken me in and out of the book. What you cannot deny is that the story has been incredible.
Yes.
So we'll get into it a little later in the comic reviews, but I think it was the best book I read this week. Absolute Wonder Woman is still firing on all cylinders.
I think with Absolute Wonder Woman, even with Superman and Batman coming out first before her, like those stories are great on their own, but they have a certain gravity because it's the big two. But the writing of Wonder Woman, I think, has been the best of the three. Because every time we read one of those books, every time we read one, when I get to the end, I'm like, I need the next issue.
Superman still got that
Batman.
top spot.
I'm not saying it doesn't, but I'm just saying story-wise,
Wonder Woman
is
has
the
a
one
really great, interesting take on her being alone in the Princess of Hell. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely adore it. I just think that some of them feel disjointed instead of this overarching story. It's just pocket stories.
Yeah.
That have all been great, don't get me wrong, but the cohesiveness of Superman and the intrigue and mystery still surrounding that book keeps me in. Where Batman is just like, what ridiculous thing are they going to do this week? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's one other thing that, since we're bringing these two characters up that we didn't have on the list there, was the Absolute Wonder Woman next arc they're doing is going to be the first crossover within the Absolute Universe, where it's
Really?
going to be a book with her and Batman.
Ooh. Okay.
So that's pretty cool. So we're going to start moving into a into a little bit more of a cohesive universe instead of these pocket stories, which I'm very interested to see how they get along.
Yeah.
I love, and absolutely jumping ahead a little too much here, but Absolute Martian Manhunter giving us a look at cosmic Darkseid.
Oh.
And how
Yeah.
they see Darkseid was.
That book made me feel so dumb, but we'll get to that.
The other thing I thought that was cool was Selena Kyle. I think Absolute Selena Kyle is really cool. The way her tail comes off and connects to her gun, and then it's like a grappling hook.
Yeah.
And that it's also her whip, and that she also has Wolverine style retractable claws and like pouches and gadgets. And I like this take on Catwoman. I love the mask. I think it's a really cool.
It's very
Looks like a DJ.
Yeah.
It's very assassin-like for her, and I think that's cool. Like,
It looks like her origin was the little kid that Batman booted off the boat not too long ago.
She looks like one of the Mysterios from Ultimate Spider-Man.
With cat ears.
There's
Okay,
a lot of
yeah.
online.
She's the E. The E.
Online, there's been a lot. There's been people who are kind of on the fence about the design because of the mask. It doesn't bother me though.
No, I like the mask. I think it's pretty
No,
cool.
I like it.
And I like
a
the
lot.
fact that when she unzips the collar or zips it up, and it kind of creates the cat frame. The cat frame.
Do
on
me a
her
favor.
face.
It's so much better when you're talking to the microphone.
Yes.
I wasn't over here bobbing my head.
I know. Both of we're all like
There's no
just
music playing.
close to the mic, buddy.
Sorry, I'm saying like the way that the way that the suit zips up into the mask. I like how it kind of creates this cat-like look from the side angle. It's pretty dope.
The cat-like look is really this awesome way that they go about telling you about how. It's just such a. I'm just kidding. All right.
You know what? Hold on. The cat ear, her costume head reminds me of this.
Oh,
Ooh,
good one, baby
Good
Huey.
call out, baby Huey. I love
Man,
that.
what a poll. What
That's
a poll.
really cool. I
Yeah.
like that.
So
Makes me
people
love
on
it even
YouTube, I
more.
put up the Batman Returns Selena Kyle when she's in front of the
Michelle
cat window.
Pfeiffer.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
That's a really cool call out. All right, let me throw it over to Mashko. What's going on with the rest of the comic world?
We're tying up some loose ends. So, Killer of Killers, you guys remember that when it came out?
So good.
There's a brand new ending. I don't know is it available yet.
It is.
Yeah.
It's
You
out
watched
now.
it?
Yep. It's
Okay.
out now, and
Mhm.
it's so exciting.
So it features Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny Glover at the end. So you have Dutch and
Harrington.
Harrington.
Can
Yep.
we just take a second? Like, I know Arnold Schwarzenegger and Dutch showing up is a big deal, and everyone's all excited about that. But Danny Glover,
Yes.
Danny
Yes.
Glover.
that's the most exciting
over
part
it.
because it is the most bastardized Predator movie of them all. But it's one of the
That was
best.
good.
I
Yeah.
love Predator 2.
Predator 2 rocks, man. You don't even have a Prey without Predator 2.
Yes,
Right.
well, that's
Yes.
Prey let us know that they weren't going to ignore it, which was
Yes.
so great. But it wasn't until now seeing his face that he is like, it's not even just a nod, like a little wink at you. It's no. Predator 2 is still part of it. We're not doing the ignore. We're not playing the Michael Myers. We're going to ignore the last 7 movies. You know what I mean?
What it's the Predator lore around Dutch himself specifically is kind of like crazy.
They
Yeah.
caught him. I love that. Like,
Yeah.
Now I need to know so much more. I have so many more questions that they added those two, and that does mean that apparently they had to get the permission from Schwarzenegger. That's what
They
held
did,
it up.
yeah.
Yeah.
And they sat down with him and explained what they were hoping to do with the Predator universe, and that he then signed off when he learned what they wanted to do. That's
Yes.
exciting. That means he might show up, and so we already know we're getting the lead from Prey back in something. So
Yeah.
that means you can have Prey and Dutch in the same movie. Come on.
They're building
Yes.
this universe out. They're
They're
doing
doing
a
it
really
right.
nice job.
They're
It
doing it
might
right.
be
Pipe,
because in Killer of Killers, the whole purpose of them being there, locked up in those cryo tanks like that, is for what we saw. They pretty much will let them loose into that arena and make them fight to the death. If we get that with Dutch,
Just give me that as the movie. Just that.
Yeah.
Just give me that
Yep.
movie. I
I'll
need
take
nothing. Just that movie. Give me the tournament that Mortal Kombat's too scared to. Wow.
Right. That's a callback.
Get to the
Ouch.
chopper.
All right. I'm sorry. We were
Uh,
supposed to let Moshko say
yeah,
them
you're
all,
supposed to,
and
like,
then we
come
just
on.
jumped in on.
I'm
it.
sorry.
Anyway, season 2 of Gen V trailer dropped. That's going to be
yes.
coming out very soon.
outrageous.
Can't wait for it. One thing to announce that's not on here: Twisted Metal season 2 comes out in like a week.
Yeah.
That's great.
This
That's
week,
awesome.
right?
That's awesome.
This one's
Is it this week?
this week or next week?
I will
thought it was
I think it is next
August.
week.
1st,
Huey.
something like
Huey,
that.
let me know if I should be excited.
Yeah. The big one that Huey's probably excited for is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They're going to fight Godzilla, and there's a whole slew of comics and toys and all kinds of things coming out.
I'm done with the crossovers. I'm
no.
tired.
I
No, you're
agree.
not.
I agree.
you're not.
But
Yeah, I know you
agree
said after this one. After, I get it.
After this is too good. This is just the stupidest idea. This is so stupid. But I love the fact that you're even attempting this.
Godzilla's
How is
getting
it-
ooze.
possible? Oh my God.
He's
But I mean,
getting
look,
ooze.
I am excited for the
Hey,
toys.
yo. What is that? Is that
Leo?
real?
Yeah.
Yes, Leo as Godzilla.
I love it.
Raph as Rodan, and
so-
Mikey as I don't know who he's as.
This is
Uh,
so
Ghidorah.
dumb.
Yes.
Yeah, Ghidorah.
This is it's like my dreams come true.
Wow.
I love it.
And Leo's
so
got
much.
atomic breath katanas.
I know, it's so good. It's so
Well,
stupid. I love
how about this? Speaking of dreams coming true,
Mm-hmm.
the Jason universe
Yes.
is officially launched with the debut of the new short, Sweet Revenge. Is this out?
Revenge.
Can we
It's
watch
the
this?
trailer's out, yeah.
The trailer's out.
Menti. Twisted Metal, July 31st.
Thursday.
Oh yeah,
Thursday.
This week, right?
that's like
No,
a couple days
this
from now.
weekend.
No, it's this Thursday. I thought it just-
Thursday.
oh.
Don't
Thursday,
ever,
yeah.
don't
Oh,
ever
guys.
diss Jason again with Twisted Metal.
I'm sorry.
So let's mosey on over to the
You know what?
corner.
Actually, let's just all stop talking. Let's just give Buzz his moment. Actually, turn your cameras off. Just give Buzz a moment. Just
No. There's not much to give. There's not much out at it. It's a relaunch of Jason. Jason's back. It's called Jason's Universe instead of like Friday the 13th. And it's on all media platforms. So you're going to get movies, short films, video games, probably merch, toys. They're building it. They're coming back. I guess they've got an agreement. They've been in a legal battle for over 10 years. So I'm stoked because
Yeah, it's the
they're
new
finally
movie.
moving forward with something.
and then the prequel TV show.
Yeah, with Linda
Oh,
Cardellini as Mrs. Voorhees.
The Camp Crystal Lake is the TV show, I think.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
gonna be so good.
Now,
I'm so
I
hyped.
don't remember much about the lawsuit, so forgive me if I've got this backwards. But it was the fight between Jason as a character and the Friday the 13th franchise rights.
So
Because
you
they're
have
separated?
producer Sean Cunningham creates the idea, hires the writer Miller to come in and write it, and because they didn't know it was going to be as successful as it was succeeding, it was all like everybody getting grabby about what part they owned with it doing so well. So they got up to about, I would say, when Jason Takes Manhattan, the New York one.
Oh, it's one of my favorites.
And then after that, the movies start to lose the Friday the 13th title because of the legal battle and starts being like Jason Goes to Hell, Jason X. And so there was a split between like the plot of Friday the 13th and the character of Jason. And the two entities were in legal battles. It was such a legal battle that copyright law experts at high-end universities were commenting on the battle because it had gotten so niche that no one could move because of like the legal ramifications of it. So to see anything new for Jason is pretty alarming.
Well, and it's
like-
also
Yeah.
because it's the two particular things they announced. Like one was a rumor and a thing that we talked about a while ago with the Camp Crystal Lake show, which is I always assumed was the side of the argument that was the plot that they
somehow,
won.
yeah, somehow
But yet
they're
now
back
we've got
together,
the
yeah.
Jason show, which is the opposite, which it seems like Jason Goes to Hell, like you mentioned.
No, this is all related. The Camp Crystal Lake show and the new Jason universe launches all the same family. It's all
So
the
then
same
did they squash it? Like,
I don't
are we
know.
now?
I don't know if they've squashed it. I only know that they're releasing Jason stuff now. So
Right,
that
yeah, yeah.
tells me
Hell
that
yeah.
Something happened.
I'll take it.
You know what
Right.
probably happened? Somebody was like, "Are you guys tired of not making money?" Like,
Exactly.
Can we just
Basically
stop
what
for a little
happened.
bit?
Someone came in and was like, "You're losing so much money when you're spending money to fight over it. Like
Yes.
somebody work it out." I don't know
Yeah,
the details.
yeah,
I'd love to find out. But
TTT, ha ha ha! Out your ass, out the door. Get behind the camera and make some more Jason.
right, we're back. We're back. Yeah. Now a lot of people don't like the mask. Everybody's complaining about the mask.
This is pretty
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. I think
It's
it's
different.
okay. I'm open to it. I'll check it out. You know what I mean? But it is a little odd looking with like the low chevron, like a monobrow, and the shape of the eyes are less. They were more like sunglass shapes. So
You speak
been a lot of
so
complaints about that.
eloquently about masks.
Yeah, the horror fans care. Yeah, it matters.
It's almost like you have a history with that.
I have 2 good friends that are professional mask makers, and that's all they do is make masks.
That's awesome, man.
Well, that's good to know, and something I wish we would have talked about before. We'll talk. That's all right. Let's keep it moving.
We've got ideas.
By the way, you guys just skated past Godzilla Ninja Turtles too fast. Like, I know you're excited about Jay.
Did we,
Back to the
though?
toys. Back to the toys.
Did we, though?
No, I don't give a shit about the toys.
Yeah, the toys are the coolest fucking
I'm
part.
damn about the toys. I want that story, baby. I want that slop like you have no idea. Look, I can't forgive when Marvel did the crossover and it was dumb, and I was like, oh, wow, man, why did they not write these in a way where it was less about giving me a splash page and more about crafting a cool story?
Right.
But instead, this, I don't think I'll have that problem. This could be the cheesiest thing ever written, and I'm going to love it. It's like when Sonic met friggin' Spawn. Like, at that point, I don't care.
Or Archie and Jay
right.
and Silent Bob.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Could have been better.
The Jay and Silent Bob, freak the Marvel universe.
Such an odd name.
Yes.
If we're going back to that, I don't know.
Well, it's because so many people have killed the Marvel universe over the years.
It's only
Punisher
yeah,
kills the
they-
Marvel universe. Avengers kill the Marvel
Gracious.
universe. Wolverine kills the Marvel universe. Deadpool kills the Marvel universe. Deadpool kills the Marvel universe again. Illustrated.
Godzilla's killing it right now.
Yeah,
So they-
Godzilla kills
yeah,
the Marvel
yeah,
universe.
Was that their way of killing it, or are they actually just gonna have sex with it?
We'll find out
I
when the
think
comic
that's
ends.
it.
Like,
I think that's it.
It's going to be the conversation in Mallrats just as a full book.
Man,
Yeah.
the Kill the Universe stuff started with the What If series back in the day, too,
Yep.
by the way.
Oh, did it really?
Yeah.
Kill the
I'll
universe
be
with
over
so
here
many
putting my
times.
lip balm on.
Every
Lamb style.
now and then,
Goodbye,
universes
horses.
need some smooth loving.
All right, let's. We've already kind of, dabbled into the comic book world as it is. So let's just dive completely in and let's talk about this week's books and then
Yes.
what we're excited about next week, and then let's call it a wrap, ladies and gentlemen.
It's a rap lid.
So first off, can we just let's get the absolutes out of the way. Absolute Wonder Woman was a blast. It was an outstanding read. It's still more of the Minotaur in the that pit
The labyrinth.
maze with the fish people.
Yeah.
Which is just with the siren, and it's just the way that they're pulling all of these individual pieces from mythology to tell a new version of the story with this Wonder Woman, and her heart, I think, is a good way to put it, because her refusing to give up on anyone, including the Minotaur who almost killed her an issue ago,
Yeah.
is just a really I know it's the Ted Lasso effect is not something that Mashko likes, but you can feel it even in this book.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I love it. I still think the art is flat, and I still think that one issue or that one quick story where it was a lot more detailed, I thought was a better direction as far as the art is concerned. But I can't deny how great the story is, regardless on how 2D I feel like the art looks. Still the best panel work I've seen in books, by the way. So
Yeah.
the panel work is incredible.
I love it. And earlier you mentioned that it doesn't have like a really big overarching story, just a bunch of mini stories into it. But I think what it's really trying to get into is her finding what happened to her Amazon homeland. I think
Sure. Yeah, that's the overarching, it's like the flavor of the week television shows. Like you have whatever your big overarching sitcom thing is where so-and-so broke up with so-and-so, and that's going to run through all 12 episodes. But
Right.
each individual episode has a beginning, a middle, and an end, which is how the book kind of feels. That's all.
gotcha.
So yes, it does have tying things, like aspects that tie the stories all together, but it doesn't feel as a long epic like
Yeah.
Superman feels.
Okay. I
Yeah.
understand. Yeah. Yeah. Outside of that, it's been great. I feel. So.
Anybody
Love
else?
it.
No.
It's
no one
lower
cares?
on the list.
All
All
right.
right. Well, Absolute Martian Manhunter. I have a feeling a lot of people drop this.
I am absolutely not reading any of these anymore.
So
none of them?
Nah,
Not even Green Lantern?
I'm out.
I read Absolute Martian Manhunter. It's not as confusing as when it starts off. The art still throws me for a loop sometimes, but like to your point, and you mentioned it earlier, the biggest thing about it this issue was the Dark Side reveal.
Yeah, I feel so dumb. Like the whole series has just been like the darkness and the dark and other side and this dark thing, and it's just like, oh really? Like, how did I not know it was dark side?
Yeah, and it looks like that. What originally I thought was like the white Martians kind of like causing all the chaos behind the scenes, but we never really saw them. Now it seems like what they're alluding to is that this is just the effect of Darkseid coming through.
Yep.
Whew.
And the way that
Wow.
they
Knock,
depict him is really cool. And that's what this book has going for it. It's still unique art, really splashy colors.
Yeah.
But it is a very confusing storyline because they're so adamant on making the art interesting that it's hard to follow sometimes.
Yeah.
Where all of a sudden it's like, and there's a blackout. And you're like, huh.
Yeah.
Right.
There's a lot of color in this blackout.
Right.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's still, I don't think it's nearly as good as the other Absolute books. I thought the first one was unique and interesting, and ever since then I feel like it's slowly going downhill, and I think I'm probably only reading it now because it's an Absolute book.
The next
Probably.
issue is going to be the judgment for me whether or not I continue, because this is kind of cool and I want to see what happens, and depending on how they handle it, we'll see.
I agree. I think that's a good way to look at it.
Yeah, it just overall it just feels like the actual Martian Manhunter is a side character in his own book.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I want to switch over to a book that I know Moshko read, and I'm interested to see if he's got the same kind of opinions as everybody else on Hush 2.
Oh. Nope.
Hush 2. Just
They
not-
should have said hush to write in this book,
Yeah, I don't know, man.
because I don't think it's even necessary, nor is it some. I'm just reading Batman. Like, I read Batman. It is what
Yep.
it is.
Mhm.
This is nothing groundbreaking.
It's bizarre. It's just
Yeah.
the decision making.
It's
Like,
why? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
This whole fight between Barbara and him is just
Yeah.
it's weird. It's also the fight with
Bane's
Batman
helping
and Bane.
Batman.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
what?
just very bizarre choices that feels like it feels like they had no concept of a story. They had a name. They were like, "Dude, what if we did Hush 2?" And they were like, "Awesome. What is that going to be?" And they were not sure. Who can we hire?
Well, Loeb wrote the first one, so they're bringing him back around, and now he's trying to be edgy by doing weird stuff that don't work because it's a lot of people passing him by as a writer. He's a great writer, but
No, he is. He is. He's got some of the, what's it
Tim
called?
Sale stuff's phenomenal.
Yeah,
Yep.
all of the
He's
color
phenomenal,
series
but
of
it's like,
Marvel.
you're trying to contend now with all the other stuff. Absolute Batman's being really weird, so let's be weird in regular Batman, you know?
But it just feels like
Yeah.
it's character decisions that just don't feel right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bizarre book. I don't know, man. I was very excited for Hush 2, and it just feels like it's lackluster. And
They got nothing.
I mean, it started off strange for me. That's why I couldn't get past the first issue on it myself.
all right, this one I'll make real quick because I don't think anyone else cares but me. But Biker Mice from Mars is a lot of fun, so shut up.
I'm happy you enjoyed it.
I do. I enjoy it quite a bit. It's fun. It is just a breath of nostalgic fresh air, and that's all it needs to be. It's stupid, but it's stupid in all the
It's well
best
done,
ways.
too. It's well drawn.
Yes.
Is it still like following their backstory, or is it them on Earth?
No, it's moved on to another. They've learned how to weaponize volcanoes. That they're using to wipe out towns essentially. So
Love it.
it's a lot of displaced mice.
Wow.
Is it 5 goes west?
Kinda. Now that's a crossover I'd pay handsomely to see.
Bible into Biker Mice,
Oh my
that'd be
god.
Right?
That would be amazing. Fievel joins a gang would be the
dope. Bible all
best.
savage looking.
Oh,
All right, and then the last book that I read before I just throw it over to you guys is a book that I wasn't expecting to pick up. But did you guys check out Illuminati?
Dope.
Oh my god!
Dope.
What a random pickup! But wow, I was wildly intrigued by the story. The pacing is really nice, and I find it's very intriguing. But it's also just beautifully drawn.
Yeah. The team behind this, I don't exactly know the writer, but I mean, this comes out of Charlemagne's. If you're familiar with him,
Charlemagne the God.
they got Breakfast Club, Brilliant Idiots, huge staple in the black community, as well as music and basically everything more or less
Yeah,
hip hop
media.
culture.
He's a black
Guy's
artist.
been
too,
around for a
Dennis
while
Cowan.
on the radio. But he's got like publishing companies. He's doing a lot of different things. This book came kind of out of that, where he got together with some different artists and writers. And the story, though,
It's super intriguing.
it was interesting.
An
'cause-
auto issue 2 pickup.
yeah, like coming out of our time with City of oh my God, City of
Deviant?
No, our friend
Oh,
couple
City
weeks
of
ago.
Demons.
yeah, same kind of vibe in a way, but this is a little more current.
Yes.
It's
Well,
it's
I mean,
modern
yeah,
day.
I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, this is set in more of a modern day, but it's the same kind of the same idea. Set in
but there's like some fun little supernatural elements that are not
Yeah.
truly explained, but like
know.
the intrigue on this is really what's keeping me in, because it like is somewhat of a ghost story and a whodunit
Mhm.
kinda.
Yeah. But you know
Yeah.
what? As I went through it, I felt to me like this could easily be stories that were turned into something like this, from like making like analogies for like industry things that may happen. Like
Right.
Oh, well, he
Right.
say that at the end in that little write up. He's like, I'm not saying this is based on real events.
Yeah.
Did he
But
say something like that at the end?
I'll add too. I haven't seen it, but I'll check it out. The creative team, the art team on that is Dennis Cowan and Bill Sienkiewicz, who are legends in the industry. So if you're not familiar with their names, you'll see a long rap sheet of everything they've done.
I am not.
They are
This is what I
amazing.
appreciate.
They are groundbreaking illustrators in comics. So I didn't want to
Hell yeah.
have them get passed over by all the celebrity stuff,
Sure.
because the guys that are drawing that book are phenomenal.
Oh my God, they are.
They're
Yes,
not.
it
They're
is.
not no name people.
It's a beautiful. It's beautifully done. Like it's just even look at the detail in this. It's just this house. It's just a random page.
Oh,
I just
wow.
opened it up to. It is beautifully done, and I love the sketchiness to the line work.
Yeah, Google the names. It's everything you've ever grown up on. Those guys have worked on.
Oh wow.
nice.
Dennis Cowan, Bill Sienkiewicz. Yeah.
Yeah, they're doing different covers, homage album covers. So, the next one we're going to see DMX's "Flesh of My Flesh," "Flesh of My Flesh." That.
yeah.
But the one I'm most excited for is 3 Feet High and Rising from De La Soul. But I think you can actually pick up the whole book, if I'm not mistaken, through
Wait,
the
what?
Kickstarter.
Oh, like the whole graphic
Yeah,
novel.
it's like the whole like 128 page graphic novel you
Oh.
can pick up
But
now. I
the
think
Charlemagne book.
Well, we might maybe just do that.
The
yeah,
Illuminati
that's
one?
what
Oh,
I'm
wow.
thinking. Because
That's how a lot of media people who are not in comics get their stuff out there. Is they'll do a Kickstarter, they finish the book, and then they can re-release in the single issues with another company like Dark Horse if somebody strikes up a deal with them.
yeah, it looks like we're probably out of luck, and we'll have to get it.
Yeah, they
issue
might
by
only
issue.
do like 100 copies of it, or 1,000, or 50.
I'm good with that
Yeah.
because again, I'm stoked for issue 2, and again, I like when I look at this week's comics and go, "Ooh."
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm cool with getting a Lucy. We're good on that. All right. Who else read some stuff?
I read the Department of Truth.
Yeah.
I don't know
Make it
if you
weird.
want that. Yeah, it's different now. The last couple issues has been the artist from Something Is Killing the Children,
Oh,
and it feels like it. And it still feels like Department of Truth, but it feels like a completely different book at the same time.
Yeah, I like that they switched the art up. I'm sure Martin Simmons is probably backed up with the way that he paints pages and stuff like that. So
paints his
when you
pages?
have the pages are fully painted in Department of Truth by Martin Simmons, who's a co-creator.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
doing that type of work, it's you're months behind schedule, much like Alex Ross spending years ahead of time on a book. So yeah, the new artist, I'm unfamiliar with it. But what I've been seeing in the book, they should be able to keep the book going longer with that artist.
Yeah. It just, if I forgot I was reading Department of Truth and thought I was reading Something's Killing the Children, because the main character, Frank, looks just like Erica Slaughter. And it makes me tear reality a little bit there.
It's the same writer, right? So they're kind of
Yeah.
probably connected somehow.
I don't know why I find this book so intimidating.
What
It is-
Department of
it's-
Truth?
Yeah, it doesn't really answer anything. It kind of dances around everything like the X-Files. Like,
But
like they
it's-
would
it-
figure
yeah.
it all out, get to the end of the episode, and then it was like, oh, it wasn't it.
Yeah,
That's
it
what
feels
this
like
book
it's
does.
just there for the conspiracy theory and a play on it, which
Right.
is
This
the
one's
interesting
for-
part.
you're 32 issues in, and I think you want to start from the beginning, but it seems a little. It seems like there's just so much you need to absorb in order to get up to present day.
Yeah.
And I think that might be why we're
Like I kind of want to. I'm annoyed I can't join the conversation with you, but then at the same time, I put no effort into picking it up. Like I have the first trade. I could read it, and I just look at it, go like, oh, one of these days.
I only took an interest in it because I'm a recovering conspiracy theorist myself. And
It's the most you book that's ever been made.
It's the book I would have wrote if I would have thought anybody would have gave a shit. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, this dude writes it, and it's like, oh, everyone gives a shit, and they're talking about it every day, everywhere you go. Meanwhile, I'm over it.
To be fair about that book, though, it is wildly interesting, and I would love to have kept picking it up. But it's one that I feel like I have to just spin the block on and come back to it and start from the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, I would read it all the way through if you wanted to make any kind of sense, but it does what. That's why I said like the last time I was talking about with the last issue was it's just doing what the X-Files does, which is lead you down this crazy rabbit hole and get you all twisted up, and then at the end it's like blip and you're back at somewhere else. It's like Alice in Wonderland.
So it misses all the climactic moments.
It has climactic moments, and reveals some dark stuff that's absolutely like terrifying. But it doesn't really like solidify like an end game. Like Walking Dead didn't have an end; it was just like going. You know what I mean? So the Department of Truth is just going to keep going. It might even keep going where Tinian passes it off to another writer. You know what I mean? Because it's like
I can see that
you're going to just keep. Oh, this new conspiracy popped up, so now the next issue is going to be about that. And
this, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, and conspiracy is a dead end, so it's a never-ending spiral. So it just constantly keeps going, and that's what you can do with the cryptids or the government or Black Hat or White Hat or the Red Lady, which is like linked to Aleister Crowley, which is like something that's really in our political structure.
I'm just saying we don't need to go down this can of worms
this
here, I'll tell you what.
You're recovering. Remember, you're recovering.
If they really want to set the world on fire, they could go South Park and get this book in everybody's everybody's.
This issue was about memes, though.
Yeah,
it was memes.
Watch out for the frogs.
Right, cover that too, dude. They're talking about birds in the back of the book. Birds being fake.
Yeah, birds aren't real. And then the first line is like, "Birds exist."
Wow,
I love it.
It's fun.
I want to hear about. I just looking through the list of what everybody read. What in the world did you're reading? Women of Tomorrow?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I'm doing some homework before the movie.
Good man. What'd you think?
I'm like 4 chapters in. I don't have it's the.
So you wrote 3 issues.
Yeah, so 3 chapters. Whatever. It's like 250 pages. So I'm like 100 pages in.
So what do you think so far?
Pretty interesting. It's kind of like a buddy story, where Kara joins up with comes across this like younger girl named Ruthie or something like that. Her father dies. Now they're trying to find the person that killed her in like the village and stuff like that. And they're just traveling through space. So we'll see where it goes. If this is what the movie's based on.
But are you reading it only at this point because of what the movie's based on, or are you going to read the next chapter because you now really like the story?
Well, it's a contained story, so it's like 12 issues.
But
so I'm going to finish it.
Say the movie wasn't coming out, would you still finish it?
I wouldn't have started it.
Come on. Well, no, I've heard nothing but wonderful things about this book. I've never actually read Woman of Tomorrow, but I've heard, I have not heard a negative review from anybody about that story.
No, it's keeping me interested. So I'm going to keep going with it and see where it goes. The one thing is Lobo is not seen at all in this, and Lobo is in the movie, so I'll be interested to see how that ties in. But also like to see are they going to follow her helping this young girl, or is it going to be something else? I don't know. We'll see. But if it's based on this, it'll be interesting.
All right, cool. Well, all right, you got X-Men.
Yeah.
Still.
Moving on.
X-Men's cool.
All right, no, we're done.
It's not.
We're done. No, I don't even want you to go through it after you just was like, it's cool.
Look, there's the cover. Okay.
You said all you need to say in that cool. That cool told me everything I need to know.
That's a lame
I
cover.
think I think the route it's going is Storm was just so amazing
It
that
is.
it made everything else subpar for the X-Men this week.
Yeah, as far as any mutant book, Storm is probably the best one that they're doing.
I'll say
Thunderwall.
Storm is the one book like Illuminati, and not Illuminati, like Imperial.
Department?
No, Imperial.
Okay,
That I'm
yeah.
just annoyed I didn't pick up.
Same.
Like a lot of it's 10 issues
Yeah.
in. I'm at this point. I'm not doing it, but I'm annoyed because
Do
again,
it.
I haven't heard anyone say anything bad about this book.
It's
Is
so
Storm
worth
riding
it.
the Surfer's board in that cover?
No.
No?
No. Okay.
It
No,
looks like
it's-
it, but
Yeah.
I feel like that's just something they did for the cover because it doesn't happen in the book.
I
Yeah,
asked the
'cause,
same
Putting
thing, but
Captain
there's no
America in a
context.
Spider-Man
Guys,
book.
guys,
it's not
guys,
there.
right.
the
Fan-
Fantastic
Fantastic
Four
Four.
just came out. Of course, they put her on the Surfer's board. Deadpool and Wolverine, or Deadpool and Batman has a book, and Wolverine's on one of the covers. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you just do it for the love.
It's accoutrement.
Storm is wild. Galactus falls out of the sky and kills someone.
Yeah,
He's doing that way too often. He did, remember when he fell on Asgard not too long ago?
yeah.
He should get his like blood pressure check or something.
Yeah, dude.
He keeps fainting.
Really? Come on.
I mean, it like
You're a star
Maggie
now.
becomes.
He's got cosmic diabetes.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Is he a type 1 or
Maggot-
type 2?
Nagit becomes an Omega level mutant and then eats a kaiju. Like this book is insane.
Yeah.
I mean that
I
Yeah.
like
Heart
everything you
attack
just
all
said.
over it.
Yeah.
All over it.
It's kind of
Yeah.
refreshing to have Storm in this realm where she's not Earth. She's not necessarily tied to just being on Earth because as her being the host for eternity,
Mhm.
it just
Yeah,
brings a
but-
whole new level of writing to the character. And the fact that she's they told her now as the mightiest mutant.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
Go ahead.
hyped for the Thunder War.
yes.
It's Thunder War, bitch.
Buzz, tell me about Vampirella.
You know what? I checked it out just because I like stumbled across it, and it actually surprised me because they've got her in like this hell world, but she's kind of like a bounty hunter.
Ooh,
So she's almost like a
like that.
grifter nomad type now,
oh, that's cool.
and wearing like a duster and like fighting off like Western devils and shit like that. It was pretty cool. It kind of reminded me of when Wolverine goes to hell, but for Vampirella.
Yeah,
So, I can't pronounce the writer's last name, but I've seen his name a lot. So I might check out issue 2.
It's not porn sack, is it?
It isn't. That's wild ass stuff right there.
Hey, he's an Eisner Award winner.
oh no, that's not.
No, I
hold
can't.
on.
I'm not saying the guy can't write. I just signature name. It's your whole
Look,
career.
Porn sack is definitely worth a conversation. Don't get me wrong, but I do want to take a second and talk
Oh, that's
about
cool.
Buzz recently made a unique purchase.
Oh
that,
yeah,
I want to take a second to talk
Oh,
about
yeah.
the RDJ post purchase.
Yeah, West Coast Avengers 35. RDJ 4 days ago posted this. It was like a background thing. So I was like, man, I'll check it out. So I went and picked it up. And surprisingly, what I got out of it was in this particular issue, everyone thinks he's Doom, but it's actually someone else in Doom's body. And it's like a child from a Fantastic Four issue. So
Huh.
a negative entity of some kind has stolen Doom's real body, and the spirit inside of this Doom, it's not a Doom bot. It's like a different version of Doom. So I just thought the body swap script in it was unique. I just was
hate it.
giving a stab at it, checking out the book.
I love the
RDJ.
cover. I love that. But if they do some kind of weird body swap nonsense,
The Mandarin?
yeah, right. I'm not going to be all too keen.
It was
on that.
weird. Like after reading it, he's definitely like it's Doom. It's not like he's not Doom.
Yeah.
It's something. It's like another. It's something like he needed another body. So it was weird that he had that issue, and I wanted to see if there was an Easter egg in there, and I think that I don't know if that's what they're gonna do, but maybe.
Well, he's posting a lot. Like didn't he just post 2 other comics?
He
One
just
that
posted
had
the Secret
Iron
Wars, I
Man
just saw.
and it was one of Secret Wars issue, and then it was Iron Man versus Doom on a cover of a book as well. So a lot of people are taking that as a tease of a Tony Stark, Victor Von Doom's fight, which would be interesting.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't put it past him at all, and I believe he's the type to drop those little nuggets as well. That's why I picked it up.
Yeah, I love that.
That's why they pay him the big bucks.
That's exactly it.
Right?
Got to make
All
something
right.
out of it.
Any last ones? I don't give a shit about Jeff.
Jeff is so good. All right, so Amazing Spider-Man was cool.
I
well,
gave
I
up
mean,
on that, sadly.
depends on how you look at it. He just gets his ass kicked for 23 pages.
Oh,
By
and
par,
then dies
who?
at the end.
par for the course. Oh, he dies
Spider-Man.
again. Didn't he just die 9 times? 35,642,000 times?
He's
finally beat
fighting
Jean.
Hellgate.
He did. He beat Gene in a single issue.
Oh no.
Yeah, he just gets the hell beat out of him from Hellgate, like the whole issue, and at the end it just says he was defeated, and that's pretty much all that happens in that book. But Jeff is cool,
God.
so he releases a
He is
shadow
cool.
monster.
He,
I'm gonna put
he's,
this up there.
like, I love Pizza Dog,
There you go.
but
Yeah.
like, we don't need a Lucky book. You know what I mean?
So yeah, I mean it's just fun. He unleashes a shadow monster in the first book, ends up going through portals, and runs into Deadpool in the first one, and the second one he's hanging with Rocket and Groot. Like it's cool. He's just being a menace, and it's fun.
Land Shark. Candygram.
Makes me want a beer.
Candygram. Are you that shark that's eating people? No, ma'am.
Nope.
Candygram. All right. I feel like then the moment I'm quoting classic SNL, it's time to wrap the show up.
Yeah.
I think that's when it's time to end. the
Head
show.
on over to magicmind.com/comicpod50 for your 50% off your order.
Yeah,
at
that-
Magic Mind.
I will say the timing of those two were not thought out. I didn't say no. All right, you can find the show at That Comic Podcast everywhere online. That's at That Comic Podcast to your social media choice, unless it's Twitter/X, which is That Comic Pod. We also now have a Reddit, so it's r/That Comic Podcast. Yes.
That's it. Yep.
So that's something that we're going to play around with. That's you go give Lance a hard time over there. Actually, yes. Go over there and tell him about how amazing Cyclops is on every single post that we have. Just Cyclops is the greatest person that's ever existed in time. The best character, obviously, just to piss him off. That would be wonderful.
And tell them Feature sent you.
It's actually just going to be features. It's just going to be features
It's
with
just
different names. He's just going to
Right.
just
I mean, that
profile
is how
pictures of
Reddit
him with a
works.
mustache.
Sombrero.
All right. Yep. Once again, actually, thank you everybody for all the engagement. We are doing well right now. Thank you, and that's on part to all of you who decide they want to watch and engage with us, and that's always awesome. So thank you for those that are doing that, and for those of you who got this far, you're even more amazing. Once again, I'm Menti.
I'm Moshko. I have nothing clever to say after that. Thank you, Menti.
And I'm Features.
I'm here for fluff, buddy. I got you.
I'm Lance.
I'm Buzz.
I'm Huey.
Fluff
You guys-
away.
why you guys?
Yeah, nope, I'm not.
You guys are all sad.
What's
Add
No.
any to it.
Is that what we're
I'm
saying?
trying to make a joke. Yep, there it is. There it is. Trying not to.
Yo, Fluff's got a lot of meetings, guys.
No,
See you next week.
Bye.
Later.